Temporarily from southern Connecticut by way of New York City, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, September 11th, 2016. Silver is trading at $19.05 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,328 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $632. Antiwar.com reports NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg met with the Turkish foreign minister on Friday and issued a statement welcoming Turkey's recent invasion of Syria, saying Turkey is a strong and highly valued member of NATO and it was important that they are increasing efforts against the Islamic State. Stoltenberg conceded that Syria was a very complex and very difficult situation, but insisted that the alliance did not have the option of remaining out of the Syrian civil war, saying that the alliance must fight against the Islamic State inside Syria. Turkey's invasion has seen them fight against the Islamic State at least some of the time, but the invasion has also set its sights against the US-backed Kurdish YPG. Several NATO nations, particularly France, have previously expressed disquiet about Turkey's invasion, despite Stoltenberg's apparently unreserved endorsement. The US, for its part, has sought to try to prevent fighting between the Turkish forces and the YPG from breaking out, and so far there have only been limited exchange, though Turkish officials have accused the US of lying about the YPG withdrawing from Manbij and continuing to move further into Syria.
FPP Radio News is brought to you by Bitcoin Not Bombs. Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com.
UPI reports after a 1981 attempt to assassinate President Ronald Reagan, John Hinckley Jr. was released on Saturday from St. Elizabeth's Hospital, the psychiatric facility that has been his home for nearly 35 years. A federal judge ordered Hinckley's release in July, saying the 61-year-old no longer posed a threat to himself or others. Hinckley will now live with his 90-year-old mother in Williamsburg, Virginia, and will only be allowed to travel within a 50-mile radius of her home as part of the conditions of his release. He is also required to carry a GPS-enabled phone, avoid government buildings, and continue regular psychiatric treatment. Hinckley has been spending up to 17 days per month with his mother as part of a gradual release over the past decade. A hospital official told the Washington Post that all patients scheduled to be released Saturday had been. An employee of the facility told the Telegraph, "John is gone." On March 30th, 1981, Hinckley shot Reagan, Press Secretary James Brady, Washington police officer Thomas Delahunty, and Secret Service agent Tim McCarthy outside the Washington Hilton Hotel to impress actress Jodie Foster. All four survived, though Brady was confined to a wheelchair until his death in 2014, which was then declared a homicide. Hinckley was found not guilty by reason of insanity following an 8-week trial in 1982.
For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
Reuters reports Native Americans protesting construction of a North Dakota oil pipeline near land they consider sacred on Saturday quietly celebrated the U.S. government's decision to pause construction on federally owned land and vowed to press for a full halt to the project. On Friday, the Obama administration temporarily halted construction on federal land of the planned pipeline that had angered the Standing Rock Sioux tribe and asked the company behind the project to suspend nearby work. The move came shortly after a federal judge in Washington rejected a request from Native Americans for a court order to block the project. The government's actions reflected the success of growing protest over the proposed $3.7 billion pipeline crossing 4 states, which has sparked a renewal of Native American activism. The Standing Rock Sioux, whose tribal lands are a half-mile south of the proposed route, say the pipeline would desecrate sacred burial and prayer sites and could leak oil into the Missouri and Cannonball rivers on which the tribe relies for water. On Saturday, many activists in Cannonball, North Dakota touted the latest victory, but said its temporary nature meant they would not end their protest, echoing Friday's statement by Standing Rock Sioux leaders. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.